Hey kids, who wants to talk birds? I'm not 100% sure I do, but I told you guys I would, so here I am. I'm recording in my car. Say hi, my car. I'm recording, I'm on break at work. Work is over there. Work is back that way. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if there's sun glare or not, but it's, yeah, you can see the building in the background there. Right back there. Anywho, I'm in Gettysburg right now. It's where I work. So I get off in like another hour and a half, but I took a late lunch break today because I was kind of working and I was very much on a roll, and I just kind of kept working, and all of a sudden I looked up and it was like 2:30, and I said, okay, I need to go take a break because we're required to take breaks at work. There's a guy leaf blowing. He's literally right outside my car. Like Sam, he's right there. So yeah, if you're hearing that, that's what you hear right now. Anywho, birds, football. Let's start with some fun news. Last night was fun as hell. That Raiders game was freaking great. I was hardcore pulling for the Raiders. Not only is it, first game in Las Vegas, opening their brand new stadium. So it's good to get a win. I saw today, I guess Derek Carr went through and signed I'm guessing the tunnel, but somewhere in the stadium, he went and signed his name and I guess the date and the score of the game. And he put first win in, what's it called? Allegiant Stadium, I think. So I thought that was neat. I was hardcore pulling for the Raiders. I was mostly because of Derek Carr. I've always thought Derek Carr was, him and Matt Stafford are like two of the most disrespected quarterbacks in the league, and they're both really good QBs. So I was pulling for Carr, and they pulled it out. Excuse me. So, birds. Now, you know what? Fuck the birds. We're going to go to a different birds first. The Sunday night game, I was looking forward to that game since I saw it on the schedule. Because I feel like every time those two teams play, it's just like Titanic. And this game certainly lived up to the expectations. I was like live tweeting it most of the way, so if you follow my Twitter, then you would have seen a lot of what I was saying anyway. But I was rooting for the Hawks, obviously, because I'm a sucker for Russell Wilson. I'm not a huge... If you've seen my stuff, you know I'm not a huge Cam Newton person. But I was highly impressed with him on Sunday night, because I was not very impressed with him on Monday. As a passer, I was not very impressed with him last week. But this week, Sunday night, he played a tremendous game. The only thing I thought confused me was, and I'll say this happened twice, but the second time it really, really confused me. So in the end of the game, you're down 5, need a touchdown to win. You're on, what were they at? Like the 2-yard line, the 1-yard line, the 2-yard line. They were down basically on the goal line. And I know you'll want to run Cam, right? And conventional wisdom would say run Cam. But Jesus Christ, man, the entire Seahawk defense knew where that ball was going. Everybody on the sideline knew where that ball was going. And hell, everybody at home watching on TV knew exactly where that ball was going. I know they'd had some trouble stopping it throughout the night, but God, they stopped it when in the big moments. The goal line stand down there at the end of the game, and the 2-point conversion, I thought the exact same thing. Why not? If it was me, if I'm calling that play, if I'm McDaniels, I'm throwing like a quick fake over the top to Ryan Izzo, the tight end, right? I'm gonna have him fake a block and go out on a pattern, and I'm gonna try and get a quick over the top to him. I'm not saying it would have worked. Who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have worked. But everybody in that stadium and watching at home knew exactly where that ball was going. Are you really surprised they stopped it? I mean, come on now. So that was my only. If there's a little bit of a gripe there, that would have been it for me personally. But hey, it was either way. It was a phenomenal game. I've been looking forward to that game for weeks. Now, let's talk about the birds, the Eagles birds. Holy shit, man. I'm gonna come straight out and say it. Carson Wentz was bad. He was bad. He looked bad. Now, the game started off like absolute dog shit with the Miles Sanders fumble. I was like, Jesus, man, that's how we're gonna start this game. That's the position you put us in to start this game. Jesus Christ Almighty. So that sucked, and that was immediate Rams turnover. Rip. So that's a bad start, and Wentz was just bad. He was missing throws that I'm gonna say typically makes. And look, I'm still not putting the full blame of this game on Wentz, but I do think it's perfectly fair to put a lot more of the blame on him this week than last week, because the offensive line played great. Wentz never got sacked. Johnson was back. Nate Herbig only gave up one pressure the entire game. Herbig and Johnson, the way the two of them play together, that's, I think, might be something to get excited about. When you talk about not having young talent, and Johnson isn't young talent, but the way him and Herbig played together, that was something to watch. Siamalu getting hurt sucked, because our offensive line isn't already having problems, but what are you going to do? Wentz, I don't know. I don't know what was up, but he was just bad. Now, I say that the caveat there, Peterson again didn't do him any favors whatsoever. Wentz, to me, is best when he's on the run. Bootlegs, rollouts, or his improv plays. He's good on the run. And I just feel like Peterson's not doing enough to get him moving. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like Peterson's just trying to play him in the pocket this season, and I really don't understand it. I don't know that I understand it. It's one of those things. Last week, there were some excuses. The offensive line last week played like dog shit. This week, the offensive line played great football. They played great football. You could not. Going against the Rams' defensive line with Donald and Brockers up front, I don't think you could have possibly asked the offensive line to play any better. Wentz was just missing throws, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. He seems to be regressing, and I'm not sure why. Now, I still have faith in Wentz. I still have faith in the team moving forward. Anybody that's calling for Wentz to be benched for Jalen Hurts is a retard. 100%. There's no other way of putting that. If you think Jalen Hurts would play a rookie quarterback who we drafted as a gadget player, he's a Taysom Hill clone, that's why he was drafted. If you think he's going to play any better than Carson Wentz, I think you might be beyond help. I really don't know what else to say. I try very hard to not be overreactive in general, and this is another one of those things. I'm just keeping track of my time, so I know when to go back inside. I try not to overreact as a fan, and this, don't get me wrong, every fan base has their people that do this, but this fan base, for whatever reason, seems to be very overreactive, and it drives me up a wall. And it's not just Eagles fan, it's Philadelphia fan, because I've noticed the same thing with the Sixers. So no, if you're calling for Jalen Hurts to play, I don't even want to hear you. Because that's not going to help anybody anywhere. Especially not, it's not going to help Hurts. We got the Bengals next week. I mean, I'll do a video on that, obviously. But I think we've got a decent shot against the Bengals. And I say that because I don't think the Bengals are that great of a football team. They've got some offensive weapons, but I don't think they have the offensive line to counteract our D-line. Our defense this week, not a great game. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Rams' offense is good, better than Washington's, obviously. But our defense gave up a lot of points this week. Now, don't be wrong, in the early going, our offense was, let me rephrase that. Through the whole game, our offense was not really keeping pace, which makes it difficult on a defense anywhere. But our defense gave up quite a few points. Trying to think if there's anything else to say. I'm not real sure that I'm trying to think. I'm racking my brain here. Is there anything else I want to say? Just quickly on the note of the Eagles defense, Malcolm Jenkins was getting absolutely cooked last night, man. Darren Waller was bullying Malcolm Jenkins last night. He had a tough go last night. And I don't know if I ever put this on actual video or not. I think I did. But if I didn't, I was good with letting Malcolm Jenkins go. He deserved his money. I just didn't want to be the one to give it to him. I think I said that already, but I'm saying it again because, oh boy, did he have a rough outing last night. Trying to think if there's anything else like league-wise to touch on. The injuries. Jesus Christ, man. What did I read last night? 7 ACL tears just this weekend. And that's just ACLs. That's not counting all the other injuries. Barkley tore his ACL. CJ Uzomah, the tight end for the Bengals, that was an ACL tear. Nick Bosa is an ACL tear. Solomon Thomas, also from the 49ers defensive line, that's an ACL tear. It's got to be lack of an offseason. I mean, there's no other explanation in my mind for it. I done wrong. You're going to have injuries, but usually there's like 7, 10, maybe a couple bit higher on a rough year, but typically you're looking at like 10 ACL tears maybe in a season, and we're in week 2 already, and there's been 7 ACL tears, and I really oh God, I hate to see it. Blake Jarwin for the Cowboys, I'm pretty sure that was another ACL tear. Cowboys have had a rough go of it injury-wise so far. Don't get me wrong, so is Philly. The 49ers as well, man. Jesus. Jimmy G's hurt. Raheem Mostert, actually, I believe that was an ACL tear as well. The 49ers just decimated with injuries. Dallas is having rough luck. That was the other thing to touch on before I try and wrap this up. That Falcons game, man, holy hell. That literally put a damper on my entire day. Until the Hawks game started, because I was excited for that. But man, basic football, man. Just basic football. Now, don't get me wrong. The Falcons' defense choked everything away, gave up all those points to let Dallas come back. And even though your defense stunk up the joint in the second half, you still had a chance to win the game. All you have to do is fall on a football. I don't know what the hell that... I've never seen an onside kick like that before. But, I mean, I guess it worked. The problem is it shouldn't have worked. There's 6 guys there that had a chance at it, and not a single one. Like, it's different. It's different if you've got one guy that doesn't know what the hell's going on. I get it. It's stressful. It's heat of the moment. Sometimes you just fuck up. I get it. But to have 5 or 6 guys, all of them don't understand what's going on. I don't know if that screams coaching problem or what it says, but it says something. Because there's no way, not a shot in hell, that should have happened. Atlanta should have fallen on that ball, and the game should have been over right then and there. The fact that Dallas won that, the Dallas Cowboys should be 0-2, just like our shitty Eagles. Drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely insane that happened. I have never played a down of football in my entire life, except for random pickup games and yard ball. I've never played a down of football in my entire life, and I know that. The onside kick, you don't have the defense. The receiving team doesn't have to wait for it to go 10 yards. You fall on the ball, man. God, that killed me. Yeah, literally, it put a damper on my day. But it's kind of funny in one sense for Dallas, because you know what? Cowboys fans get to puff their chests out and, oh my God, we have more wins than the Eagles. Ha 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 ha. But you know what? We lost because we got outclassed. And Dallas, in a sense, got outclassed. The only reason they won was because the other team fucked up. So, you know, if you want to take your pity points on a fuck up win, go right ahead. We'll see you later. This division sucks. By the way, I had this thought last night. Man, everybody thought it was hysterical that the Eagles won the division at 9-7. I'm thinking a team, I don't even know which team anymore, but I'm thinking whoever wins this division, you could go like 7-9 and probably win this division. It's that bad. And I think it's going to continue to be that bad. I don't see the Giants being, especially without Barkley, I don't see them being good. The Redskins aren't good. The football team isn't going to be very good. I'm not sold on Dallas being all that good from what I've seen. And from what I've seen of the Eagles, they could very easily go 7-9. We got a rough schedule this year. We'll see, but I honestly, I do. I think you could go like 6-10, 7-9 and win this division. And whoever wins the division is probably going to get bounced in the first round. It's going to be all moral victories this year for the NFC East, because whichever team makes the playoff they're not going anywhere. I think that's all I've got for now. This is 20 minutes long. I'm going to have to get back to work here in a couple minutes. I figure, you know what? I had already eaten lunch. I ate lunch during one of my meetings today, and I didn't feel like I had to take a break, and I didn't feel like just clocking out and sitting in there and continuing to do work, which is what I've done before in the past sometimes. So I figured I'd come out here and do this on my phone. We'll see how the whole phone thing works. And we'll see how it works when I get home. And I've got a Google set up, so I should just be able to get home and upload this to the cloud, and then get on my computer, pull it off the cloud, download it to the computer, and then post it from there. And then that'll be 20 minutes, 21 minutes by the time I end this that I won't have to worry about. Excuse me. That'll be 20 minutes I won't have to worry about tonight. Just one less thing I have to do tonight. And I can catch up on highlights in preparation for tomorrow. Tomorrow, weekly picks. Hopefully I should have Tim and Tyler with me tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go get back to work. Peace.